evening, curling fans, as you look out over the Grand Canyon, over 270 miles long, 18 miles wide. It's about a 4-hour drive or a helicopter day trip from the Las Vegas Strip, which attracts approximately 43 million people every year. And even more now, we'll head to the Orleans Arena, which is playing host for the first time to the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. It is time for session 2, Canada taking on Scotland, as we see the teams making their way out onto the ice surface. Thanks for tuning in. Luke Coley, Kenny Edwards here for a night session, a Saturday night in Las Vegas, and we're watching curling. Teams making their way out and getting the round of applause. We are first time seeing the Americans out on their home ice. But our feature game will be Canada taking on Scotland. Scotland's first game. And let's meet the teams. Canada with their lead, Jeff Walker. Their second, Brett Gallant. Third, Mark Nichols, and their skip, Brad Gushue. They'll take on Scotland with their lead, Hammy McMillan. Second, Bobby Lammy. Their third, Grant Hardy. And the skip, Bruce Mowat. And let's look at the standings entering session 2. Canada, China, Korea, and Sweden all winning earlier, while Italy, Japan, Norway, Scotland, and the US all haven't played. And then rounding it out, Germany, Netherlands, Russia, and Switzerland losing in session 1 earlier today. Well, as we get into session 2, some teams will be playing their first game on Norway, Italy. Game on sheet A, Stefan Wallstad against Italy's Joel Rotornes. Sheet B is the US, Greg Persinger taking on Japan and Masaki Iwai. And on sheet C is our feature game, Canada against Scotland. And on sheet D, Sweden, Nicholas Edin takes on Mark Pfister. As they welcome the teams, see the lovely Orleans Arena. And now, Kenny, any advantage to a team like Canada coming into their second game? They played earlier, and now Scotland's playing their first game of the competition.
Yeah, I think it will have a little bit of an effect on Team Scotland coming out the blocks pretty dry at the moment, because Canada coming off the back of a win against Russia earlier today. But both teams have had a practice before the game has got underway. 9-minute practice for each side.
Well, this is Bruce Mowat's first World Men's Curling Championship game. And they're taking on Brad Gushue, the reigning world champion, having lost in their 13 games last year and won this year, continuing a run by the Canadian side. They've been quite dominant, winning the Worlds last year and won earlier today 7-6 against Russia to start off their World Championship title defense. So we'll see how aggressive Scotland goes after it. Do they try and go at it early on, try and keep it simple a little bit early?
Yeah, I think Scotland will probably try and keep it simple early on. It's the first matchup. Just get a feel for the ice, feel for the conditions, get a feel for the environment, really. It's the first World Championships. But one thing about this side, Bruce Mowat, especially the skip, is very cool, he's very calm. Nothing really flusters him.
Well, you need that to be a championship caliber player. course, has had success at the junior level. Bronze medal in 2015 and gold in 2016. The World Juniors. This is the World Men's Curling Championship. Hammy McMillan will get it going for Scotland as Canada will have the hammer.
It's set here, boys.
I think we're good.
We'll be throwing the red stones. Scotland with the yellow.
Line's nice, boys.
Top 12.
Heads
Top
down.
12.
Work it.
Heads down. I've got. Keep it going. Yeah, good.
Fairly standard setup play from Scotland, throwing this one in. Not wanting to get too involved from the get-go.
We saw Canada earlier today go after it early. They scored a 3 in their first end, but it started with Russia in their first one going in to the back of the 12-foot. So rather than
Threw it a little up and then it came down a bit.
do that, they decided to play the hit early on in this first end of play.
I thought we were flashing. Whoa.
So
Clean.
Hammy McMillan, 25-year-old.
Clean.
Well, easy.
Good, Hammy. Nice, Hammy.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
You're actually nice when it hit.
Yeah, just going to trade some stones. Jeff Walker
Same
looking
weight.
to play the takeout on this yellow.
You're right.
Well, and some teams use this, especially starting the game with the hammer. You blank the first end, you can get the hammer into the second and already start looking into scoring with even ends. Gushu's team's known for being quite successful scoring 2 or more with the hammer and then playing defense because they can hit very well, as we see
Touch less and Hammy.
Bobby Lammy.
Can we get rid of it? No. You're on the nose, I think. Sit.
Fine, Bob.
Yeah, just does enough to hang around in the 12-foot. This stone working its way out of the house, so eventually we might end up with a corner guard if Brett Gallant can't make the roll into
Same as jab.
Yep. Whoa.
the scoring area.
Clean. Yep.
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 Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. That's good.
Well, Brett won't quite get into the house. It's just on the outside as we see the rules of play. 6 ends minimum must be played. 38 minutes of thinking time given to each team with 1 60-second timeout where their clocks will stop and their coach can make the walk out on the ice and have that conversation.
Touch less. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Off. Fraction less.
Grant.
Grant. Hard, Grant. Hey, you're on the nose.
Okay.
You see the corner guard now in play. The only benefit for Scotland is it is a yellow stone, so if they are going to play the run back, it's going to be their own stone that they're driving back into the house.
Little full, if anything, that's all. Think it's light, though. Think it's light. Where are you? Room!
Gotta go for weight.
Go,
Lots of room.
Line's pretty good.
Jeff's in.
Hurt, guys. You gotta go weight. You gotta go for weight.
Hard, come on. Go. It's Marion. Go.
They go hard on this one
Hard, Jeff. Come on. You gotta
with the sweeping, trying to drag it down in behind.
Good shot.
Great sweep by
Good gas.
the guys to get it in behind.
Think so, eh? Deal. Hard. Brutal.
Well, they get in behind and not wasting any time. Play the run back.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Grant Hardy, the third for Team Scotland. And runs it past, so misses that one. And a great opportunity for Team Canada to try and lie 2.
Yeah, surprisingly played a lot of weight at that one.
What do you think for speed down the middle?
He just played a control takeout, that one when it pulled up onto the nose.
Yeah. I think similar to Brett's.
It's going to be in 50s. What? You just threw a 360.
Fanning, it's gonna be quicker
I had
here.
a 69 on yours.
I had a 69 on yours.
No, I think it's for 8 to 10 more than your draw.
Then draw?
Maybe a little more.
I think, if anything, it's going to be slower here.
12?
Right?
Okay.
Okay, 12 feet more on your
Yeah.
draw. Light, Jeff. I think it's light, Jeff.
Looks light. Top 8 depths, guys.
This time it's Walker and Gallant on the brooms.
It's not bad. It's heavy.
Expect to see around
We're heavy.
14 and a half seconds from hog to hog.
Yep. Good, sir. Yep. Sir. Okay, good. Nice shot.
Great separation between the two stones.
Try and exchange a few stones and maybe leave himself with a double, get a half shot. Well, that third position will be a real important one to watch. Grant Hardy, 25-year-old, against Mark Nichols, who's won 2 world championships, an Olympic gold medal.
Nice at the end when he
No, it's good.
His didn't do very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant himself very great at skip, so he can call a game as well. He's not just a third player. Very intelligent player of the game.
You're seeing that a lot more from all teams. You're getting a lot more input. You're seeing a lot of players dropping down that used to be skips, playing in that third position and excelling and actually becoming better players because of it. There's a bit of that half shot, rolls it into the center of the rings.
Yep.
Mark had some struggles in the early game today.
Yeah, he threw good.
A little bit outside of the broom and didn't get the results they wanted.
What we hitting, Bruce? Huh? What we hitting? Not third. Okay. Third. Yeah, slightly thinner is fine. I got this one boot straight in. Okay, that's good then. Good ice. Take it, buddy. This is yours.
I'm not sure I would want this as my opening shot at a World Championships, a quarter stone double. It's maybe even a little thinner than quarter. Just make sure you catch something, really.
Yeah, the 23-year-old skip.
And has he put this one right through the gap? He has.
He has right through.
Hey, Bruce. Right next one.
He was trying to play it so thin it's just which way do you want to miss it, and that is not the way.
It wasn't a ridiculously hard split.
I got an 87 on Mark.
Got to make sure you catch something with that one.
Like I got a 4 in his draw to the button, you know, like so.
So throw what I was throwing on my draw of the button.
I just think you need a hair more than that.
You do? Okay.
Like
That's a
I think a hair more.
frustrating start. Canada scored 3 in their first game today against Russia.
Yeah, you find a sight at it.
Maybe it'll be another look at that double. Just to give up 2 now for Scotland in this first end.
Should be good.
Felt like what you wanted.
I think it's nice.
Looks all there
It's
though.
good. Top 4.
Line's good.
Even them up.
Should get all the way out here.
They're light.
You need the crew
Just
more?
looking to get
Yep,
more
go,
separation
go, go,
between
go.
the stones.
Don't worry about line.
Just
Just
go,
go.
go for weight. Get the T line.
Anyway, round would be good for Team Canada.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, there's going to be the same double or double off the side. Either way in this first end for Mowat to try and make up for it. Can you size up that triple? Is it?
It's certainly there.
See if we get him to roll up.
Yeah, you get it, you roll here. I'll stay with it.
And you've seen them made. So
Yeah.
and with the reaction of these stones these days, it's definitely possible.
Definitely tightened up the ice as well on this one.
He's very close to this one, look.
Well,
Little
get one. There's the second. Bounce up and just over the top of that one. Hair thinner, and I think he makes the triple.
We're just throwing to 2 of them.
No.
That's one he wish he could have made on his first. Watch this one just over the top as you see it start spinning.
Great attempt.
You
Wasn't
called it
far-
there, Kenny. It wasn't far off. That's right.
Bit of a guess. Give it the exact same.
Scotland will be happy they're just giving up 2 here in this first end after some mistakes.
Open 12-foot draw for Brad Gushue. You've got to think he's going to make this all day long.
Just behind T.
Pretty much the same line.
Well, he's throwing the same path he threw on his first. He knew what it was, so draw in, go to the wing, and get an early deuce. So Canada scores multiple points to start off their second game. They lead Scotland 2-0.
Yeah, I thought it was really close.
And the way you're going to throw it positive as well, it's good track.
Yeah. Okay. Corner. Yeah.
Fire up. Let's do it. Right, stick in.
Well, look at all 4 sheets in action here in this second session, first day of competition. Teams were treated to the opening ceremonies earlier today. Walking out to the crowds here in Las Vegas. They walk through the casino en route to the Orleans Arena. And all the teams love seeing it. It's just a different experience than they're used to in many curling events. Luke Coley, Kenny Edwards,
So you got to think it might come down
2-0 Canada lead in this second end.
Put over curl a little bit.
Weight's there. Weight's there. You're right. You're right. You're
Whoa,
right.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Good Jeff. Good
Hey,
weight.
Jeff.
Fairly nice draw from Walker at lead. Team Scotland's lead, Hammy McMillan. Just draw the corner guard.
Weight's good.
Well, this
Halfway
end will be
time.
an one to watch to see how the Scotland team responds after
Halfway tight, Bob.
giving up that deuce in the first. And very fortunate it was just a 2-end in what started as an empty or an open end. Playing hits ended up as a corner guard, and Canada took advantage and
Nice spot.
scored 2 with a couple of Scottish misses.
Yeah, I think the misses came from just playing a little bit much weight. The run back initially from Grant Hardy was playing at a lot of weight, could have dropped it to a controlled weight.
Okay, needs a curl.
And then also Bruce Mowat playing the up weight for his first and completely missed everything.
Good, because we're going to create a little
It's a little. It's short of it.
Just let us out.
It's short of it.
You got anything on your rocks?
Yeah, notes is fine. Let's go for notes. Normal. Okay. Right in the deep cut. It's too much ice. There's tons of ice, Hammy.
We'll talk of the stones
Go the way
and
you normally throw it.
trying to get a pair that act very similarly.
Whoa. Both Bob. Both.
Don't think you want to touch it.
Both. Take the roll. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Nice
Well,
arm.
double made back will kill both those red stones.
Thought Hammy would get some more curl than we did. But Hammy.
Thick half. Thick half, yeah.
This is different from some teams that'll go and play that one in the house.
Yeah. Lots of teams will go after the one in the house, try and run a few through stones, hope for a mistake.
Whoa, right off. We'll stop. Stick with it. No. Stick with it. Close. Yep.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa.
Hard.
While trying to slash this one in, get rid of the one in the house.
Top of the end.
Doesn't quite get the one out. It stays top the rings and off the center line. So now Scotland can guard it up.
Where's in Kyle?
Give us 20 with your normal throw.
Enough ice?
I think that's enough.
Alan
Yeah, tighten
Hanna,
it up
the
more.
coach of this
We can finish it.
Scotland team.
I will take it out.
Yeah, he's been a coach for Bruce Mowat over the years, for a
like
number
it,
of years
halfway.
actually. He was
Like
involved in
Halfway along.
his time in juniors. He was part of that
Line's good.
Line's nice.
medal-winning
All yours. Line's good.
team.
Still
Line's
dry.
good. Here
Line
tight.
right.
Halfway tight.
Line's
No,
good.
line's good.
Halfway.
Still grand.
Line's good.
Whoa,
Clean
over
it out.
curling. Over curling.
Nice, Bob.
Shot.
Good there.
Halfway.
Look beside. Familiar face, David Murdoch now
Nice, buddy.
coaching. You see a
22.
Canadian familiar face, Jules Ochar. As the Canadian team was talking stones, he's, as many say, he doesn't watch the team he's coaching very often. He's watching other games and with the binoculars and looking to see what other teams are throwing, which pairs. As they peel off the corner guard.
Dust the top.
It's maybe a hair quicker.
Okay, take a couple of feet off.
Same weight, actually, we didn't.
Yeah, same will be fine, but cut the feet off so out of the way.
Yeah. No through it.
Much through it. Line's good. Where are you? Halfway. Line's good. Wee bit of room.
A little
Room
tighter.
next time. Room 3. Line's good.
Still Brad. Brad. Close Hammy.
Hammy.
Hammy now.
A little tighter.
Hammy.
Hammy now.
Hard.
Whoa.
Yep.
Good ball.
It's not an easy thing to place, but that guard's in a pretty good spot as we'll look over USA, Japan. Both these teams' first game.
Whoa, hey.
And it's the youngster, the Japanese fourth stone thrower, Go Aoki, 18 years of age, and has a draw to score 2 in the first end of his first World Championship. It was USA and Greg Persinger that actually just picked out a backstone, trying to go after that one in the ring, in the top of the forefoot, unable to. And Japan gets an early score at 2. So nice start for the Japanese squad.
You have to with 10.
Meanwhile, it was Mark Nichols making a run back and
Toppy. Toppy's good.
Tons of room.
Weight's
killing
good.
that one out of the ring. Still leaves the corner out in front.
Tons of room.
Weight's good.
No, line's good.
Let go a wee bit. Hard,
Where'd
line.
you go then, Bob? Line's
See
good.
this one beginning to move now.
Hard.
And you need to bend it.
Top 4.
Hard to finish.
Hard. Keep it going. Hard.
Very nice shot
Nice.
from Grant Hardy.
Nice throw.
You can throw a little bit more.
Won't be as hard.
Well, always a little easier when you're playing a run back of your own stone.
Whoa. Little less. No.
Quite a lot of weight from Mark Nichol in this one.
Well,
That one just run a little bit straight.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Nice run back for Mark Nichols, and similar to the first end, opportunity. Scotland
Throw,
to
Grant.
Yeah.
I think you almost want a hair more.
draw in line 2.
Let's go get hair less.
No less.
A little more through it.
Waistcoat!
Still think you're minimum.
You're still trying to get top 8.
Waistcoat! Top 8! Only ball! Top
Bobby,
8!
you can go.
Heavy! Only ball!
Back quarter.
Okay, yep. Get it right here.
A little bit of weight on this one. Is this going to hang around in the house?
That's good.
That is back of the 12 foot.
Yeah.
They took it deep enough. They
Mind
were
this with like board, Mark. Board?
flirting
Yeah,
with it being
okay.
out of the rings, especially with the help of Mark Nichols as well. They take it back.
Block. Hit and roll. Double is really, really thin. I'm just thinking board weights, try and hit and roll over in the neighborhood there. Maybe make the next one a little easier.
Think the speed will be good down this path?
I think so. Mark just threw 2 kilos down a similar path. You want me to throw a little extra? Or?
No, I think it's good. I think it should be good. Good board.
Brad Gushu just looking to hit and roll
Hair big.
Yeah.
off this top yellow. This one's beginning to move very aggressively. Have they got enough for the top yellow?
Stay with it.
Catch it thin, remove it. They played that awfully quiet.
Very quiet look.
Slow there. Came down big, yeah.
You see the difference in the line. Just a slight difference in weight between Brad Gushu and Mark Nichols. And this one really did pull.
Stay with it.
Just slips right through the rings. Scotland with a chance to
Came down big, yeah.
apply some pressure. It's very difficult to find a spot now.
Fuck.
Might be tempted to throw something up
So, 0-5.
on the right hand side as we look at it and guarantee yourself a 2.
Give us 10 up here.
Yeah, 0-5-10, okay?
Same as Josh.
Yeah, make it a similar scenario that
Wait, same as Josh Schultz. You seem to be able to do more than that.
Canada had in the first end to score there too.
Same as my second last structure.
Fair,
Yeah,
buddy.
that's fair.
And if you ever got a missed on one of the doubles, then chance at 3.
I want to go big. Yeah, me too.
Gotta go. Hard then.
Can go top 12 if needed.
Going hard on this one.
Hard to get in.
Bobby Lammy closest to the stone. Really driving onto this one.
Okay, run.
Well, big scrub early to keep that one moving, and it
We're leaving all 3 of them.
goes in top 8 foot.
2 boys.
Not bad, but is there a chance to try and play the double?
Probably this one, I think.
Triple? Nah, I don't know if the triple quite lines up.
Triple's very thin and risky.
It's either that or we play something like this.
I don't like that. I like getting rid of 2 of them.
This quarter?
What's that?
What is it, a quarter?
This one? Yeah.
But the long double, I think, is easier.
A thin third.
What do we need? A third?
Like a thin third.
Okay.
Brad, quarter should get the side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so big shot for
Yeah.
Brad Gushu. Looking for between a third and a quarter of this. Playing the out turn. Certainly won't be light with weight with this one.
No, pressure shot for Brad Gushu in the second end.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Got to get
Look,
at
yeah,
least
yeah.
2. Make the 1, get the second.
Just missed that.
There's the double. Needed to come up with that after Brad missed his first. Still frustrated. You can see the body language from Gushue. Wasn't far off of making that triple.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Right into your view was that stone as they got rid of 2.
Yeah. Happy with my draw shot? Dave, nails. Yeah, I think so.
I'll go this. I'm going to say mine just.
Doing the same with your jaw. Good that.
Yeah, a little surprised they're changing the ice here. Look, they're elected to play the in-turn. Maybe something we'll keep an eye on throughout the tournament and the game. Maybe just something Bruce prefers, but he's already played the out-turn draw to the top 8. Yeah, in this end, to the top of the 8 foot. Just play the same shot again. You'll score your 2.
No, I thought it was there. I think so.
Some teams will play because this is the one they did in the last stone draw challenge to start off the game after your practice. But anytime you can throw 2 back-to-back, so we see the time there.
13-4.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, very good shot.
Well, a good bounce back by Scotland. They tie things. Well, they'll take a look to make sure. And it is 2, just to confirm it. But a good bounce back. Scotland gets their deuce, so all square 2-2 after 2.
That was probably the same release as the first one, just a faster slide.
Yeah. You know,
Well, a 2-2 game, the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. As we begin the 3rd.
Halfway, tight. Line's room.
Canada will have the hammer again.
Oh, we're good.
It's both very similar ends,
Tight.
opposite of one another, as they
Real tight.
each skip had to make a double to make up for their first shot miss.
Tight, Bob, right to it.
Curl it, Bob.
Center line.
Work it.
Keep it going.
Work it.
Finish it, finish it, finish it.
Good sweep.
Hey, sorry. Nice, Hammy.
Hammy McMillan puts the center line guard out in front.
Go, Sam.
Shade light.
Yeah, didn't feel heavy.
Not 12 top 8.
Okay, line's good. You got room.
It's a little light.
Yeah, a little room. Mark's in. You can go. Go ahead, Mark. Mark's in. Lots of room, so. Standard. Mark. Hard, Mark.
Hard, 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 hard. All you can get out of it. Go, 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 go. Very happy. Go, 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 go. Hey, Jeff. Dicey.
You want to play that? Don't mind.
Don't mind that. Is it easy?
Hack.
Okay.
Looking at the setup here,
Yeah.
I think you've got to move that red, or you come around then, turn right to the button. But, I do like moving that red, just pushing it through and rolling to the side.
Waist good. Whoa. Waist good.
Hang on, Max.
Whoa. Touch up. Whoa.
When you play it quiet, you want to obviously not touch your center and leave it.
Just pack.
Oh, buy it right through, roll off to the side.
Good, Armin.
Nice shot.
Good foot.
Just play that nice and quiet. Both teams will try and make that roll in behind the center line guard now.
Normal. Yep. Whoa.
Air quiet, if anything. Pretty good, though.
Whoa. Whoa. No. Okay. Don't tighten the egg up.
Well, let's look over Sweden and Switzerland. And it is Niklas Edin, after blanking the first, made a double and roll out to blank the first end.
Go, Barry.
Looking to make
Nice bottom.
use of the hammer and score 2. After a miss run back by Mark Pfister. It's a draw to the forefoot for Niklas Edin and his Swedish team to get their deuce.
No, he's good.
And not a problem, so right in there. Sweden gets their 2 and a 2-0 lead after 2 ends of play.
This one's moving a lot. Great sweep by the guys.
Roll just comes out the other side.
Good.
Stay here, Doug.
I was just kind of dead. I didn't really call it. A little slow here, right?
Maybe a little fresh, eh?
We threw a couple hits in the first down this spot.
Yep. Yep. Little light. Hard. Hard.
Oh, good luck of what they're going after.
Hard.
Just want a little flip behind this guard. Get by, and they do. Great scrub, Walker and Nichols. They just get by, and they don't get much of an inside flip.
Hard. Hard, Jeff. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
I think that's as good as you could have done on that shot.
Absolutely.
Close.
Bobby Lammy trying to run this one back.
Carl. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, run back and just about sticks it underneath cover as well.
Good, Carl.
Great shot making back and forth.
I came down quite a bit. Had to call it here more. Had to call it here more.
Played a nice control weight at this one. Just to drive the Yellowstone back onto the red.
Little less. Whoa. Shade less. Little less. Clean. Just through. Clean. Just through. Whoa. Yep. Gotta go together.
This one beginning to move once it gets past the hog line.
Whoa. You gotta roll the shooter. Go. You got it.
Underneath again. Is the yellow going to go right out?
They do get it out, make the roll underneath. Probably see that another run back.
I think the run looks easier. Same way. Same, yep.
More than Bobby.
Yeah, more than me. Whoa. No. Waist kick though. Close. Yep. No. Yes.
This one beginning to pull onto the center line now.
Okay.
Hold it enough.
Sit down.
Is the yellow going to stay though?
Good shot.
I think it just hangs on to the edge. I don't think it matters. Whether it's in or out, I think we're seeing this come around.
Let's see, get on Jeff's split.
Close. Yep. Hard.
Okay.
Sit down.
Good shot.
Most times when you get the good shot indication from the front end, means it's just nibbling the edge of the rings.
Full eight, guys. You got room. Lots of room. Just in if you get it.
Yeah, what's the room with this one at the moment?
Lots of
Needs to
room.
move. Good 4 feet.
Stay down, it's going.
Come on, guys.
Hard,
Get
Brad.
in.
Hard.
Hard. Finish it. Go, 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 go. Go, get it over center. Go, 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 go. Okay.
Still open though.
Same way.
Yeah, but still again electing to play the run. They know the ice.
Here more! Here more! Here more!
Just needs to get a piece of that centre line and will pull very aggressively.
Not quite, just goes by and will roll off the front. So still Canada line one.
What do you think?
T-line.
Okay.
Free throw. 6 feet more.
This one always a tough one for teams that tend to take a little bit too much ice. Sometimes it's a little quicker path.
A few hits down the middle, so.
Good boost. Wait on me, guys. Top four. Needs a curl.
T.
Needs a curl.
As long as the weight's okay with this one, won't be too worried about the line.
Just biting the T-line, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
The weight was perfect. You take a foot less ice and it's probably right on that one. Still does the job.
I think you're close to the out. Yeah. Normal?
Yeah. Thanks.
Not like you roll off the top one? Huh? Not like you roll off the top one? Might not like shot. Can you feel like barrier weight, hack weight? Yeah. No? It's not there, is it?
Looking at
Do you
this,
like rolling
that's
on top?
very tight ice.
Not really.
Okay, 5.
Oh, wait, you feel? No.
Tight ice, not trying to bring that jam into play or try and get as much roll as possible.
Yeah, I think I'd probably like to see them give a couple more inches.
Like normal!
Just normal. No. Close.
Clean.
Yep. Hard.
Hard ball.
This one beginning to pull now.
Hard ball.
Hey, right there.
Actually did over curl.
They're hoping to get shot stone because now it's in a spot where Canada doesn't have to hit it. They can freeze to it again.
I was thinking we roll here.
Problem is, though, we ever knows that it's you can make the double. Like even if I'm there,
Yep.
I got you there, Snap's still there. Hey,
Right beside it.
Okay, Bruce.
you like this?
Yeah, it's good speed here. So.
I'm going a little wider than Mark.
Well, it's a very similar path, basically the same spot.
I don't think that's going to change much.
Okay.
Mark Nichols through with his last.
One more. Yeah. What I threw in the first end, is that close or is that too much?
We're thinking like it's kind of your draw to the button speed.
Well, that's what I threw in the first end.
Yeah, that'd be real close. Seems to slide nice.
Okay. Right next to it, guys. Just on the corner. No, it's good.
Very high line at the
So
moment.
work a bit.
Still
Weight's good.
grabbing onto that center line.
Line's good. Line's good. Weight's real good.
Right beside it.
Okay, let it curl a bit.
Go a little higher that.
Go
I'll
ahead.
go then. I
Go
want
ahead. Go ahead.
Gotta go. Gotta get it there, Brett.
Right on the side
Line's
of it.
perfect. Get it
Yep,
there.
yep,
Hard,
yep.
Brett. Hard.
Hard, Brett.
Go, go, go. A little more. Hard, 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 hard. That's pretty good.
They wanted it on the side of it. It's not quite 2.5 rock away, but they will be very happy with that.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, maybe an inch or two more, but
Yeah.
I mean, he can take a run at it and try to hit the back of it.
Yeah.
Nose isn't terrible.
That's a pretty good spot, but they're not even all that happy. They're a few inches away, they said, of where they
Okay, so you can't make
wanted.
double head
Perfect
forwards
spot.
and- No, I don't think so.
Well, taking on a risky shot with this one.
Heel.
Heel.
Pretty much.
You don't quite manage to make the roll perfect.
7, 8, 6.
It's a relatively easy straight run back for your 2 anyway. And if you catch this a little thin, you might end up leaving 2 reds in play.
I don't think he'll underthrow this one here. The last shot for Bruce Mowat.
Close. Close. Yep. Yes. Hard. 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 Watch the roll.
Well, make sure that red goes away. Make the hit. Now the roll. Just out the other side a little bit. Great effort, though.
That's a great shot. Brad Gushue will be able to see most of this, Stone.
But still, to throw that weight, make that roll. Fabulous shot from the youngster. Jumps that one over.
Okay. I got 2/3 of it. Yeah. Hack weight.
When you hear it, Brad says he can see 2/3 of it. Just going to play a hack weight.
Just gonna
Try
be
and push
good
the
speed here.
yellow back
A little slower than Patrick just through.
Okay.
out of the 8-foot scoring circle.
That's not too much
And
ice.
hopefully pick up 2.
I think you're gonna hit. I think that's ice for mid half.
Okay.
You think?
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking. I don't mind tightening up an inch if you like it.
I like that. That's pretty good.
What's that?
It's a little deeper than mine. Mine's curling nice in there. I think it's really good.
So the last stone, this third end, a 2-2 tie.
Yep. We's good. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Just beginning to move now.
A real big scrub. Walker joins Gallant. Get it by the front.
Good.
Right to the nose. Brad Gushue, the reigning world champion, makes a pistol to score another deuce. And a 4-2 lead after 3.
Yeah, it's good hack.
Nice throw.
Cool.
Well, all 2s so far. Luke Coley, Kenny Edwards in the 361 World Men's Curling Championship
Before we
2018.
did anything, so
Yeah.
a good 6-8 feet. What do you think? Yeah.
A
Okay.
great shot, Brad Gushue. Quiet weight, great sweep by the front end to hold that one. And another deuce put up.
Pretty aggressive. Whoa, a little wide there. Just watch, it might be a slow path. Whoa, if you can.
Lots of weight.
That's not bad.
Team Scotland will try and chase their juice
Whoa, what's all here?
once again in this 4th end.
Probably a little higher on this line's better. There it goes. Good shot, Jeff. Good throw there. They're throwing hard.
Yeah, 84.
So top forefoot, corner guard. And Game on again.
Halfway!
I've got you there.
Line's good.
No, we're good.
Halfway tight.
No, you're there, Bob.
Weight's good.
Bobby, when you can.
Just waiting for this one to
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
go off the centre.
When you
I
can,
wouldn't- I
Bob.
wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it off.
I know. 15.
A little bit tighter than they would have liked.
Yeah, it's fine, trying to find that happy medium, that perfect spot for the corner guards. Obviously, I think that 361 logo is a little bit too tight, but you want it just out in front of those.
A little light. Same pass. Easy for line.
Lead's pretty good.
Whoop you can. Mark's
Over
in.
there.
Whoop you can.
Top 12.
Whoa, and it's gonna need a curl.
It's coming down. It's just happening
Mark,
right
if
now.
you need to sweep. Hard, Mark.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Even if it's in, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Good.
Okay, it's good.
Nice spot, Jeff. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Spot. Shot. That's the combo of
Shot and spot together.
and spot.
He knows it. He knows double.
Easy double back in it.
Try that.
Yeah.
Well, the cat and mouse game begins already.
Maybe
We
not
make
even
this, well,
rolling
he'll
in.
make that back. And
Hit and roll wide.
Yeah.
Could just ignore them.
Or you play this. Don't mind freeze.
I was thinking behind the corner, but
Don't mind freeze.
yeah, I don't mind freeze.
Okay.
Probably rather draw, otherwise just do that, get me double.
Yeah, a few different options
Whether it's freeze or in the
with
corner.
the way the stones are set up. The freeze, like what they've called, the hit and roll to the right in behind the corner. But it's a short run back. You're going to expect Team Canada to lift that double
Weight's
off.
good. Should be there. Heavy,
Line's
Bruce.
good.
Back 8.
So to
Round it.
preserve the corner guard,
Yeah, I need to go round it.
Yep, that.
this is
Oh,
probably the
With
correct
almost
call.
through.
We're in rings, but right off.
Bobby to finish. I think.
Right off.
Almost
From
through.
Hammy McMillan, just a little heavy.
Hard Bob.
Bobby Lammy just trying to sweep that one in behind.
Bad.
but that's where communication's vital. They let them know it was heavy. They still try and make something of that shot.
Should be good though here, eh?
Yeah,
It's the first real mistake that we've seen in the game, and we're into the fourth end.
just a little.
See how Canada tries to go after him then.
Line's good.
Back line.
Weight's pretty close. Whoa, wait only, wait only.
Back line.
Back 12. Can we bump it up? Whoa,
whoa.
Needs a curl to do that. We can bump it out.
Line's closed now.
No,
Back line,
no,
right on the
no,
back
no,
line.
no, no. On its own, on its own, on its own.
Well, our first look in over on Norway, Italy. So we played the third end over there. Amos Mozaner. Final shot of the third end and
Heel.
trying to get on the board. See, that was Reds come into your picture there.
Clean.
Has to get this one into the 8-foot. Try and get that single point and a big scrub. They'll get it into the 8-foot. Make it 2-1, Norway leading. Meanwhile, USA, Japan, you see Rich Ruoinen,
Happy with that.
vice skip for this USA team. Greg Persinger throwing the final stones. 2-0 Japan leading, but Persinger a chance to tie it up.
Jeremy. 10.
Whoa. Whoa, then. No. No.
It's 10.
Stay with it now. Stay with it, both of you.
Get better.
Top 8. Yep. Colin.
Top 4.
You're okay. Just stay with it, Colin.
Get
Yeah,
it.
that way.
Get
Hit it. Hit it.
Well, got to move this one a little bit. Score 2, and they'll move it quite a bit. They'll get the deuce, so all square after 3. 2-2 USA, Japan. Well, it's Canada line
back
2,
button.
back 4-foot,
Keep
back
freezing, you're
12-foot.
T-line.
A few more stones in play in this end.
That'll be close.
The only benefit for Scotland is everything's sort of back tee. It's in a scoring position.
Run! Run! Really got to curl.
Waist not back.
Got to curl, Grant.
Got to curl it.
Still got to go. Oh, you got to curl massive.
Me and Grant.
Just trying to get this one down into the top of the forefoot. They always knew it was light.
Yeah, it was all right. Too much ice.
Really seeing how the effect of the front ends have on these to try and drag it that far and get it to the top of the 8
You
foot.
go board with the out.
Yeah, sure. If you know it.
Yeah, I think so.
You like this?
Whichever you like. I don't mind it.
I haven't seen either, so.
Rolling behind the guards there.
Speed
Well,
should be
it's
okay
game
down
2. You're trying to get a feel for the ice, what it's doing. Every game's a learning curve.
Yeah, remember it's only game 1 for Team Scotland though. It's game 2 for Team Canada.
Whoa. Weight's good. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Sit.
Well, hits rolls under to lie 3. Maybe a little far opening up. That freeze still is a possibility.
Okay, just the hair low then.
Mine, man.
Even if you do that, it's great.
Yeah.
Nice sweep, Brett.
Whoa. 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 No. Never.
Trying to run it back, get a couple going, and just gets the 1.
Very unlucky there. So close to making that double. Picking the red off the back of the 4.
Leaves the guard, leaves that 1 top 8 foot.
That was running.
Unless you just want to straight pick it.
Well, I'm just thinking, he maybe. Okay, you got it. He draw through the hole.
Well,
Well,
narrowly
he's
missed
gotta
picking
make
that
it.
one.
We
Watch how
haven't
close it
played
is
this
to
side.
that
He's gotta
back
get
red.
through. And if he makes it, you know, we guard again, he's going to have this for 2.
We got to guard the run, right?
What's that? You'd have to guard the run, yeah. Because we'd have this side guarded.
I know. You might be able to put in a spot where he's still got the straight back, too.
I know, but what did it? We can rip this and then let him do that.
I don't mind the guard, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
I would like more is to try to get under.
Yeah, but that's so scary, right? Like,
You like this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of discussion in this one.
Pick it out.
I like this.
Got to agree with Brad.
Yeah,
Speed
halfway
here,
is
watch
good.
for your draw to the button.
You 2 up, do the simple things well.
Sliding good, eh?
Yeah, force your opponent to make the shot. That same shot that Mark threw on his first isn't available anymore. The only way you could pick it.
Mine's a pretty tight. Mine's a little tight.
Right now, it's still some work for Scotland to do to try and score 1, let alone score 2.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's good. Real tight.
Broom mic.
Just clean it.
Broom mic, their hair better.
We're like a foot short. Whoa, 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 we're too deep. We're too deep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sit. Okay, Mark.
Squick there.
Okay.
All side by each out in front.
A little further than you thought.
Right where I thought.
Okay.
Squick there.
You have enough. I think you're hitting it too much that way to make it. If that's just going to be like.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just a couple rocks too deep, but they were seeing a brew win. But
Pretty brave coming through there.
Dead nose is. It's not ideal because the red's sticking here, right?
He's like, he's thinking.
Not a fan of that.
Me neither.
Is it worth the freeze?
To the port. Can't spin on some of these.
People at 12 though.
No, you're probably doing that.
I think 12 gets you by 2. Tap it back enough.
Oh, I'm going to play that like barrier, almost
You know, if I
control.
throw barrier, yeah, I think your barrier.
No,
You're really thin to get on the back of the red, though.
Well, you need
Chance
to
out to
get
punt
in
it
the
through
back
the hole.
here.
Be
so-
really thin to get the bottom of that.
We're not trying to get the bottom of that. Just this.
Oh, why do you not want to get the bottom of that? Get both.
I think you're too thin.
Quarter rock there.
You're thrown to miss it.
Within that quarter rock's both.
Yeah. I think that's something we don't need to do. I'm thinking this.
Okay with the run, but if you're high,
I know.
so it's probably it's the back one. But
Even if you do this,
Does it finish enough to play at 12? Probably not.
even if we just peel it,
Yeah. That's maybe your shot.
okay. I like that. Same time?
Yeah.
So you go that way?
Yeah.
Really, Hammy?
This is going down here, Hammy.
Yeah, if you play the right weight.
Thick half on the red.
Okay, yeah. Stick with the shooter, Hammy.
Okay. Again, he's just playing the hit and check.
I know,
Line
that's
3
right.
were forced. So I kind of like the red batter.
I don't mind the red back, but
Like Bruce was convinced on this one, but I don't think the rest of the team was. They still like trying to play and get shot stone right now.
make a freeze for the whole gun.
Yeah.
You don't make it, you could be 3-4 down.
Yeah.
Freeze to the whole.
Open things up.
Yes.
You're going to have a chance to at least score.
Right ice.
Back 4 way, back 8 way.
I don't mind the freeze. You decide. Okay.
Normal.
Okay. Normal.
Well, that's a long game. You don't have to go all out. It's a 4-2 game in the fourth end. You play the freeze, you miss it. You're in a load of trouble.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hard. Hard. On the yellow.
Okay.
Well, they open up the one side, the yellow one, that they can tap back.
His angles are not very pretty.
Is it there?
I don't mind throwing a guard.
Check
Only
in
thing
right
is
next
this
door.
one.
She Sweden,
It's there,
Switzerland.
certainly, yeah.
Mark Pfister, his final shot. Lost earlier today to China in their first game. This is Sweden, who's at 1-0.
Like this.
So big game, don't want to fall 2 games back.
Pick a board.
Pfister trying to
Do you want to
draw down,
Do you want to try to stay right there?
get to that one back forefoot,
You like this, Jeff?
get by, jam on that back one, shooter rolls too far, and
Yeah.
just the one for Switzerland.
I almost
So
prefer to roll
2-1,
Foleyberry.
Sweden leading
Foleyberry.
after
After
3 ends.
He makes the freeze. We got,
Okay.
don't have a whole lot.
Does he have air on this one to make the roll?
What's that?
Does he have air on this
A
to
little
make?
bit, but then we could freeze.
Okay.
You guys like that ice for board? Yeah. Yeah. Looks like plenty, eh?
Mark was probably firm board. He was farther over.
That's not too much, though, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
A little quiet.
Yeah.
Just board. Wait.
Yep,
Okay.
that's
Wait,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Board.
Hard! Hard!
On this one, pretty quickly, you see this one moving across the center line. Have they got it on the nose?
Avoid the jam, just get by. They actually rub off it, I think. Yeah. What second shot? Is that yellow in the back? May not matter right away.
Field.
See this one just gets very tight to the red.
No, he's always going to kick that way in.
Well, make the double. You can lie 3. All of a sudden, Canada then have to make a shot with their last owner. You're getting a chance at 3.
Nice roll, buddy.
No.
First to skip stones for Mowat.
Very close. This one's moving hard now. Have they held it? 1, 2, both reds go away.
Just catches that one and pushes it out. I thought he had missed it, but he just touched that one. No reaction from Mowat. All right.
Great shot by the skip.
Watch this one. Just clip that red one out the side. Well, that was about as much as that one could curl. If it goes over a little more, they don't make the double, and what a difference.
Watch it on here, boys.
Still a chance for Brad Gishu to get himself out of trouble if he could ever come down and freeze the back yellow. I think he will want it right back on this.
Lock it on top.
Back line. Line. Yeah. Line.
Back line.
Line's good.
Back
Back 12,
Back
back
line.
Whoa. Close,
Back
12.
12.
Whoa. It's good.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah. Line.
Yes.
Perfect. Lock it on, guys.
Yeah.
Hard.
Go back.
Hard.
Weapon.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Well, they bounce a little bit. Live shot, Stone. Well, the intensity's ramped up here in this end.
Can he see enough of that red? I don't think he can.
Lock it on, guys. Hard. Go back. Hard.
Weapon.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Well, I don't think he moved it far enough, and I think it's going to mean a force is in play now. Draw for the single point.
Okay.
Right, see what you give us. Okay.
Yeah, where's good down there?
See what you give us.
Well, it was a double that set up a to lie 3 for Mowat. Gushue threw a freeze with his final stone. Now looking to answer back himself and make it a 4-3 game. Bruce Mowat trying to cut into that lead.
I quite liked it.
I like it.
Well then.
Whoa.
Line will be good.
Wait's there. Back 8, back 12.
Close, Hammy.
Line looks okay.
No, then.
Probably need it.
You need it.
No, wait's okay.
Clean, Hammy.
Wait's coming down.
Hard if you need the line.
Coming down.
Hard if you need. No, clean.
A great shot by Bruce Mowat. Comes back onto the red.
Oh, much needed score. Not the deuce, but a single point. Wasn't looking good early, but they come out with 1 and a 4-3 Canadian lead as we are through 4. Well, the first single on the board goes to Scotland, but they trail by that amount. As we play the 5th end, Canada gets the hammer back. It's been an entertaining first 4 ends of this game. No surprise when you see Canada and Scotland locking up against one another on the curling ice.
Yeah, both these teams have played each other 3 times before. Always been very tight affairs between Brad and Bruce, but it's always been Brad who's come out on top. 3 wins in the favour of Brad Gushue.
Yep. Line's a little tight. Line's good, line's good.
Top 12.
Hey, line's good, line's good. Room.
Yeah, and I think Brad Gushu has good records against a lot of the teams in the field here this week. Go through obviously last year going 13-0.
Get a fully. That's good. That's good. Shot, Jeff.
Canadian men's team hasn't lost at a world championship since 2016 when it was Nicholas Edin beat Kevin Cooey's Canadian rink.
Top 12 just now.
Cooey ended up going on to win that world championship.
Whoa. I think we're good. Waist nice. Should be there. Waist good. We're right on it.
What is sitting in an 18-game win streak for the Canadian side at the men's world curling championship.
Bobby, then.
Line's good.
Hard lines.
Hard, Grant, get it here.
Hard.
Okay.
Sorry, Amy.
14 seconds.
Just a little bit short.
Trying to get to there. Okay. What do you think speed here?
I think if you throw close to the same weight.
Same, yeah, it's in the slope.
Yeah.
You got it?
I think we're there.
Yeah.
Okay, got room.
Pretty close. Little
Lots
bump.
of room right now.
Yeah.
Top 8.
Oh, not sure what to do here, guys. Go around. Yep. Hard, 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 hard.
Well,
Hard.
change of plans, try and go around it. And they made the decision just in time.
That's the shot he wanted to play.
Yeah, real nice call from the front end. They said that this one was going to be a little heavy. Brad called it a little bit high for line, so they just swept it past that top yellow to get it round into the button. Great communication from Team Canada.
Yeah, even a hair thinner, it's okay, is it? Hair thinner's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks a lot.
Like that. Good. Trust it. Nice throw.
Nice. Close. Yep. Hard.
No, weight's good.
Well, it was trusted, Bobby.
Yep, hard. Go, Bobby.
Gotta go.
Right to it.
No. Hard wrist.
I'll try and get that one all the way out. Still Canada line one.
Wait here.
Normal.
Hair high.
Oh, real big sweep, Hammy McMillan.
Whoa. Wait.
Weight's good.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No. Okay.
Oh, hard.
Oh, weight's okay.
Doesn't
It was
come
just
up
a
to
little
make that
aggressive.
double. They're trying to
I think
kill
it might
both
have
of
been
those.
Maximum ice too.
8-5.
Oh, was it? Okay. It's straight there. That's where we throw all the hits.
8-5.
Come on, you got the jump in more.
I think
You're on here, you're just playing a double.
He knows it.
Well, I can probably get a bit deeper, can I not?
Yeah, you probably could.
Okay.
He shot to close it.
3/4.
Same weight or more?
Give me a wee bit more.
Okay.
Good barrier.
Yeah, fraction more.
Yeah, turn more.
Well, another similar spot, a little bit wider. Guard shouldn't be a factor on this one for Bobby Lammy.
Same. Maybe less.
Hard. Gotta go.
Hard. Same
This one's a little narrow for line.
Right to it, Andy. Hard.
Having to go to hold it up there.
Hard. And the roll. Hard, Grant, hard.
Very good sweep.
Orange, you're fine.
Yeah, we've talked about the shot making of these teams, but it's the sweeping has been just phenomenal. The end to end on a few we've seen throughout in this game just to get it by. There's another example.
Good weight.
Hat.
Heavy. Weight's good.
Yeah.
It's a little hard.
Whoa.
Little hard. Heavy hat.
Yeah. Hard. Hard. Hard.
On No roll on that one. It still sits shot stone for Canada. Speaking of shot stone, Sweden lying 1, and it's a draw for another deuce for Nicholas Edin and his Swedish team. I think they may have something to prove here this week after losing a gold medal game at the Olympics. They'd like to flip what their women's counterparts, and Anna Hasselborg went gold to silver from the Olympics to the Worlds. They want to go silver to gold and move up the podium here. And there, already at 1-0, they lead 4-1 over Switzerland.
Han hade kallat upp hit, det är nästan mer kall än de hade så med is. Ja. Det slidar lite där, men sen vrider till det mer.
Yeah, Grant Hardy was looking for a better roll than that.
Kind of gives us 2 options.
Whatever you like.
May not be shot, though.
I like the first call.
Okay. Hack.
Hack lead. Yours was good. I like that lead, Brett.
Yeah.
A little more than Brett.
Pretty close.
A little more weight.
Pretty close.
Close. Yep. Close. Yep. Yes.
Nichols looking for a hit and roll underneath the guard.
Whoa. Whoa. Roll it. Roll it. Yep.
Great stone positioning from
Similar weight.
third player.
Yeah, try and make that roll underneath the center. Quiet weight, just a little flip. Almost half, if not a little more protected.
It's sticking in nose nice.
Yeah.
I like that then. I've thrown the end.
Normal.
Okay.
I thought you would just come down at quiet weight, push the red through, and
Yeah, I like
get some
control.
separation between the 2 yellow stones, but I like him to run the guard back. I feel this is easier.
Solid.
Little heavy. Whoa. Little heavy.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, close. Close.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Well,
Nice
call
shot,
it.
good shot.
You make it, and guards the right side of that one, so there's no double on those 2.
Keep on the other side, nice shot.
That's nice, man. Same weight.
Yeah.
I think it would have flashed something if I missed that again.
Well, I like the confidence, whether you was the right call or not. When you go down, I think this looks really good. Go make it.
Yeah.
Got more weight.
No.
6 feet.
More.
Slow then.
Off.
No.
Close.
Yes,
Yes. Same weight. Hard.
Whoa. Still 6 feet more. Whoa.
Yep. Yes. Whoa. Yep.
Nichols makes another great hit and roll.
Well, it's just some phenomenal shot making and great curling out here this evening.
I think actually that path might have been air. So.
Hit roll underneath. And now I guess we can be nitpicky and say, probably want to roll a little bit further so this run back's a little more difficult.
Yeah, you really are nitpicking at that one.
You roll a half rock more, then this little tap becomes that much more difficult. Well, this game didn't get off to a great start for Bruce Mowat, flashing his first rock, playing the hit, trying to go for a double.
Hammy.
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 Whoa. Both. On the roll.
Hammy, sure.
Well, get some separation, roll it out. Very nice right back. Perfectly buried, rolls off to the side. Lie 2.
Team Scotland and Bruce Mowat have turned this end around and
What do you like
really
there?
got on
Do you
top
like
of Team Canada now.
Both. On the roll.
Hammy, sure.
Both. On
Well, the communication, both these teams are so good. That's just a great example. Who's sweeping which one in the
If I leave
house?
it out and he noses, then I got to play this.
Okay.
So
I don't mind that.
We can do this. If we miss, probably plays that, and I still have enough room to make the double.
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think?
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think you want to make sure you have it both ways.
Yeah.
Well, looking to drive the centre guard back onto the yellow out wide and open up the yellow that's
What are we looking at,
on the
Mark? Small
forefoot.
half?
What's that?
Small half?
Small half. Do you want to try to go over the top?
It's good, yep.
Yeah. Half looks like it stuffs it, Brad.
Okay.
Probably the worst case.
Well, a look down the sheet of ice to Brad Gushue in the hack. Also a world junior champ himself. Won it in 2001. Peel it, and we'll catch it too thin to get the one off the side.
Yeah, I should know. It's myself he beat in the semi-final at the World Juniors. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was giving Hammy.
Still say that's almost max.
Brad and Mark have really been together for a number of years. There was a split for a couple of seasons, but
Middle eight if you want.
I like what you gave me.
the two of them come back together. I think that split did them the world of good, actually.
Sometimes you play with a guy too long, you can get complacent with things and get on each other's nerves maybe a little bit.
Top of the
Mark just went and played front end for Jeff Stoughton. Someone
just
different,
out in the forefoot.
won a world championship.
Hair off from what you gave us that
Yeah,
last
you're
week.
probably
Few feet off?
3-4 feet off that.
Okay.
You're not far away though.
No.
Okay. Won't cut it too much then.
No, no.
Give us saying we're pretty close.
Say you'll be
This
close.
side's a wee touch lower.
Okay.
Well, Brad Gushue has been curling longer than Bruce Mowat has been alive. 23-year-old skip.
Heavy.
Brad Gushue's been
Back
curling
line.
since
No waist, okay.
1993.
No waist good. How many are close? Whoa. How many are close? Waist not close. No. Back in.
The strange thing is Brad isn't classed as being old either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yep. We're there.
We're there.
Ah, boy.
Nice shot.
Oh, nice little tap.
Like solid normal?
Oh, hair work.
The double to score one. But would be an important force. It's on the line here.
Just wondering about Peel, but don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, no, let's stick with it.
Okay.
Well, Brad saw something or had a thought in his head.
Nose, hair high.
Yep.
You like that ice?
Yeah,
guys,
just
for
on the
like a
nose will
normal
be
solid
good
normal?
enough.
I think it's perfect.
Like an 8 second?
Yeah.
It's not too much, is it?
I think
And
it's
here on the left-hand side, as we look at the overhead, should be okay to remove both yellows and
I want to be a little
pick up the single.
We get the 2-point lead back into the fifth end break. Final stone here of this fifth end.
Firm normal. Whoa, Brett.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Well, come up, make the double, and roll them out. There's the double for one. Brad Gushue and Team Canada extend their lead. Now up 5-3. We're halfway through this one, and we've got a great final 5 ends coming up.
N3.
What's that? It's a little deeper than mine. Mine was growing.
Brad Gushue with a chance to take a 2-point lead, trying to tap the yellow through and score 2. Gets very cute to the top red, pushes the yellow through, and a score of 2 was his.
Funny weight, like it was nice weight. Yeah, it was good hack.
4th end. After some great play, Brad Gushue freezes the back yellow, forces Bruce Mowat, his last stone, to draw for a single.
Waits there. I quite like it. I like it. Coming down hard if you need to.
Just kept this one clean all the way.
Hey, Bruce.
Scotland trailing by 1.
Hey, Bruce.
5th end. Scotland sitting 3. Brad Gushue trying to make the double for a single point. Makes both yellows go away. Single point on the board. And at the break, it's Canada 5, Scotland 3.
Well, Norway, Italy keeping you up to date. You see those 3 Italian stones counting right now. Stefan Malmstad trying to draw to the forefoot. Had a 7th place finish last year at the Worlds. Here for a 2nd straight season. Got to get past their top one and won't do it. It'll come up, crash on the top. And it is a steal of 3 for Italy and a 4-2 lead for the Italians. Here's a look at the scores. Italy leading Norway 4-2. USA 3-2 lead over Japan. Our game 5-3 in the 5th end break. And then Sweden, as we saw, is up 4-1 in the 5th end.
They look like the curl, and it's just the angle he's throwing it at. Next.
It's not that first one, that only one go to educate. Then I'll ask my back to wee hair. I only 15 out there, so only can pick up a wee hair.
1 minute, gentlemen.
Pardon it?
1 minute.
Thank you. For your last one. Yeah, I can probably max.
Well, Kenny, let's look at the numbers here through the first 5-3 game, and no surprise seeing the big numbers overall, pretty close percentages.
Absolutely. Actually, the Scots are outplaying Team Canada 87-85, but there really has been some great play from both teams in the first 5 ends.
Well, there's the line score. Just that extra 2 put up by Canada in the 3rd. That's the difference in the game right now. Team's getting set to get back out there to start the 2nd half. Will be Scotland with the hammer. Close games in the other 3 times they played. Not surprised to see.
Doesn't look like they shammy, hey?
With this so far.
A little slower this time.
Yeah.
Mine's good.
Jeff Walker at 95%. Some great numbers from the lead player.
Mine's good. It's like it's here. Just Mark. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, that first stone after the 5th end break, always a question, what's the speed going to be like? You haven't been on the ice. Airflow's different, so they run the mops up and down the ice.
More great numbers from Hammy McMillan at 93%.
Halfway tight. Tight.
I liked it.
Bob when you can.
Weight's good.
No, I'd let it sit
No,
on the
line's
ball.
fine now. Little tight over curling.
This one's going to be very tight to the house.
Sit down.
Taking a step back off this one.
Okay.
Just pulling up in time.
Real wide, sits on the 6, the 361 logo.
Throw that real pause.
Just out.
Okay, line's good. Thought it was probably all the way.
Probably in.
Clean it. Line's good. Line's good. It's actually getting a little tight on line. Line's good.
Real.
Brett's in.
I think we'll see
Might be in.
Ragushu really
Get it
go
tight,
and try and
get it tight,
steal
go
this
over.
end. Be quite aggressive in this sixth end.
Good.
It's not long.
Wouldn't mind giving up 2 and 6.
Or if you can get a steal, it benefits them.
Quite like these, honest. Just want to come this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of risk over reward.
Yep. Yeah, same weight. Couple feet.
Yeah, Brad definitely a team that prefers trying to have that hammer, especially into the final end.
good.
Most teams will, but Brad maybe more
Right
so
on
than
in the
others.
No then.
Weight's there. Weight's good though. Top
Get
4.
into that
Right.
one up
Really close.
without, one down with scenario.
Coming down now.
You see so many times in these games getting into the 8th, 9th, 10th ends.
Got a
there,
curl.
weight's there.
Got a curl.
Good weight, Harvey.
Well, gets onto the edge of the red. Didn't curl as much as they would have liked.
Be great, but a freeze is fine.
Top 8.
Is this a different strategy now at this point of the end? Because you know what, as you said, with Brad being aggressive, other times you might see that run back?
Yeah, I think so. But we're still in the lead stones, playing the 4 rock free guard zone here at the Worlds. Something that's about to change next season.
Yeah, that'll make things even more interesting.
Oh, needs a curl. No, Jeff's in if you got to touch it. Just touch it a little.
Yeah. No. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead. Go. Bump it a bit.
Okay. Not terrible. Being right off it, it never even got close to the line.
No, it was a little past there. Okay.
Came down.
Oh wait. T-line to back 4.
I think you're back 4, back 8. Because you're moving a couple of stones.
Don't mind a hair less size, Bruce. Get your back 8 weight.
You're moving a few.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll throw back 4, back 8.
Yeah.
Well, they're calling back 8-foot weight just to try and change the angles up.
Waist tight, back 8. Close.
Yep.
Whoa. Don't back 8, right. Yep.
Just looking for a hair inside the nose of the top red.
Whoa. Still there. Yep.
Well, Court lining up the angles and just a little roll underneath. Get shot stone out of it.
Yeah. 2/3.
Normal. It's a smidge less than I gave you last time, eh? Not much.
Well, 82% for Gallant.
Whoa,
A little bit down from
Weight's good. Whoa, right off.
where he would normally expect to be.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Shoot.
Well, roll it off to the side. Canada lies 2.
I think we'll see Bruce make a play on the centre one now.
Real good. Close. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Shoot.
Risky. Yeah.
Huh? That's not around the corner. No. Should we run it through the hole? Or double centre?
3/4. Hair thinner. Yeah.
Yeah, so just Bobby Lammy taking a look at
What am I hitting?
This is all right as well.
the shot.
Are you playing that weight to try and hold the corner?
Oh no, I'm just Try and get one in the wing as well. Then you're a hair thicker.
Lots of weight from Bobby Lammy.
Whoa, no. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
A few different options here. It's going to go right through the hole.
Just can't guard this because he got that. Pick it or.
Well, that wouldn't be bad, maybe.
What?
Would that be bad?
To do this? Well, that's great.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
It's either that or we put it right back in the same spot. What do you like?
My first thought was the guard, but I don't hate the pick.
Okay, if we're playing the guard, I think we need to play it fairly tight.
Well,
because if we leave it there and he does this, then we gotta run.
well, yeah. It's a 2-foot run back.
Like ideally, if you could get it right there.
Yeah. Brad? You like
Yeah, I agree
the
with Brad on this one.
No?
I don't think there's any need to get too
I don't
cute
mind-
and
I don't mind
go
the
for the
end.
pick
That's
with this
okay.
one. Just
If you
play
like
the
end, I
guard
don't
and
care.
force Scotland to play the difficult shots.
It's the same, because this is the same spot I threw the guard.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I was right here,
Yep.
but this is less ice.
Might just be 2 feet slower now.
Yeah,
and
if
just
I
do a
throw
little-
the
Hold on
same
now,
weight
Mark.
and you sweep it.
Mark?
Pick it. Pick it.
I'm out.
Well, they're going to call a timeout now. Brad rethinking that one.
You'll see that.
No.
Just thinking, if we're going to play the guard, I think we do play the out because in all likelihood, I think this is better than this.
Well,
Because if we go there and he does this,
I like this.
like if we could pick it off of that,
I think we
never goes in there, right?
he's playing this, right?
What's
And
that?
try to touch it and go straight across.
Well, that's what I think. If you pick it clean, he does that. But if we can kill it off of that, what do you think, Jeff?
My first thought was pick as well, but I don't
I
hate
like
the
the
guard.
pick.
You
We're
just got
up
to make the
two.
guard good.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you're going to play the guard, you got to miss it here as opposed to there.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine
Gotta
with
make it
pick
good.
it.
Okay, let's play the pick. Quarter rock kills
It's
it off of
interesting.
that.
Team Canada did call the
Still got 50
timeout,
seconds left.
Jules never came in.
but
It's Jules' time.
no
to shine,
input
but-
from the bench.
It's a quarter, touch
And some
it.
teams will do it. They have a
Yeah.
where
What
it's
are you
just
trying
they
to
want to
hit?
save the time.
A
Some
quarter.
that's
Yeah.
to get an
A quarter
opinion of the
will touch
coach.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Right at it, Mark.
Yeah.
Nice throw there.
Brad just
Roll
was
with
thinking
it.
of which way, if we miss the guard a certain way, what do we leave and give him something. Pick this one out. Takes it completely out of play.
Not real hard.
Whoa, yep. Whoa. Whoa, up. Okay.
And they're hoping to pick it off the one. They'll catch it right through the hole.
I thought we were hitting plenty.
Yeah. I had a quarter. Well,
Maybe-
I mean, it looked like a quarter to me.
24%.
Yeah.
You missed his goal by that much.
Just over the top.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about the pocket that's right there.
Yeah, you could even just come down, hit the centre one,
Maybe move it up a bit.
hit the middle one, and roll up towards the red.
I kind of like
Get half in behind.
Don't like that. Either the hit and roll or the doubling up. Even if it goes to there, Bruce.
We spin out,
He's peels.
Come and have a look then.
We're here down time, Grant.
That's what I told him to go earlier.
Quarter.
Huh?
Quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's going over the top. What do you like?
I don't mind
Like
it.
this.
He's sick playing.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard for it to.
Control.
Yeah, we're back up to you.
Control.
Okay.
3 quarters.
and check.
Head and check.
Drop the weight. Control. No, drop the weight. I said that'll be Alex control.
So hit it on the center line stone, try and hit and roll off it.
Yeah, I think what they're just trying to do is hit and half check onto the red on the left-hand side. She's playing a control weight.
Weight's good.
Weight's nice.
Yep.
Hard.
Grand 30, 78%.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
That's good numbers for the shots he's been playing.
Pretty good shot, just a little flip, sit on the corner.
Shot. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what he called. Just wanted to maybe 1 inch to the left-hand side would.
Quarter to a third, and it goes.
The only slight criticism would you would put in there.
Same weight.
Yep.
Whoa.
Well, Mark Nichols, 91%.
Clean. Whoa. Good shot.
Finds a way to pick that one clean. Didn't think it was really possible.
Brett, there's only like this much separation, so.
I'll watch. Well, I guess not perfectly clean. Does touch the red a little bit, but that's just a minuscule amount of the hit of that stone to go over and get rid of that yellow.
Touch it. Weight's good. Touch heavy.
Whoa.
Touch heavy.
Weight's good.
Close. Heavy.
Close.
No. Set.
Sit down.
Try to roll
Good
behind
shot.
the corner.
Nice
Just
shot.
a little bit too far.
Good shot.
Check in and see USA, Japan, and USA lying 2. And the youngster, Go Aoki,
Good speed, I would
4-stone thrower for this Japanese team. Youngest player in the field, 18-year-old. In his first game against the home country. Trying to raise that one up, try to see if they can spin it in, but it won't do it. It'll cut the steal down to just a single point and a 4-2 lead after 6 for the States.
Yeah, don't like blocks, Fred.
Well, look in, Norway, Italy,
Easy, Brett.
4-2 after that steal. Norway trying to,
a little.
it's back, are they trying to play that double off the side?
Go then. Jeff, go ahead a little. No.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Push.
Double off the side, try and bring a biter in the back of the 12-foot into play. Not close, make the double, look at that. This for 3, get it all the way out. Look at that. Answer back with 3 of their own. To take a 5-4 lead after 6.
No, farming to give that last row. Yeah, hero. Nice.
Yep.
Guess if you're going to give up a steal of 3, it's a good way to answer back.
Yeah, certainly.
Nice run, buddy.
Great shot from Team Norway. Had a chance just to play a soft weight takeout for 2.
I like the weight.
Think we're there, though.
Think you've got it.
Well, 88% for Mowat, and trying to freeze to that backstone. Gushu drew to the open side.
Yeah, we're struggling. Stay with Alan just in case. Where are you? Back 12. Yep.
You've got no line.
Try and lie second. No, I need to sit for that.
Well, not words you want to hear.
Give us.
Slides back, it does sit for second.
Mark weight, Max size.
Yeah, I thought that would curl, man.
They get caught in a different spot. They just didn't react the way they thought.
I think it's peeled out.
Well, Brad Gushu just calling to peel this yellow. roll the shooter, because if he hits in the nose, he would leave a bit of backing for
Probably hit a good thick half.
Bruce Mowat.
Brad at 75%. Struggled in the middle of their game earlier today, but picked it up late when they needed. And these ones are nice to have straight down the center line. Pick that one out. Lie two. Chance here, get the force.
Like just a little tired. Keep you awkward.
Nice throw again. Like that throw. Like it.
I think it's there.
Line will be fine.
Weight's there.
Should be good.
Line will be fine.
So the final stone here for Bruce Mowat.
Stay with it, Bob. Stay with it.
Need the 4-foot, get the single point.
Nice throw.
And right into the 4-foot, touch the button. Single point for Scotland.
Sure, Bruce.
They're now trading singles. It's 5-4. Canada will have the hammer.
I think so, yeah.
We come back for the 7th end.